Welcome to the Trump Breaking News Network, your daily source for up-to-the-minute Trump news. Join us today and every day. Here's today's news.
This is TBNN.
Breaking, Ex-Dem representative drops bombshell. Says Obama wiretapped him. When President Donald Trump met the liberal media's months of unsubstantiated Russian allegations against him with an unsubstantiated allegation of his own against former President Barack Obama, Democrats and their journalist allies immediately lost their minds and took turns castigating and mocking Trump for daring to suggest that Obama had spied on his 2016 campaign. The furiously over-the-top reaction to Trump's allegation spurred a defense of the current president from a seemingly unlikely source, former Ohio Democrat Representative Dennis Kucinich, who in an op-ed for Fox News revealed that he had been spied on by the Obama administration. Kucinich recalled how a conversation he had held with a high-ranking Libyan official in 2011 about congressional efforts to deescalate the Obama administration's military ventures in the North African nation had been recorded and eventually revealed to him by a reporter for The Washington Times in 2015. Here's Kucinich on Saturday's edition of Fox and Friends. Kucinich also recently shared his story of being wiretapped by the Obama administration with Rusty Humphries of Trending Today USA, a part of the USA Radio Network that is a sister organization to Conservative Tribune. When I heard what happened to President Trump, or what he alleged happened, to me it seemed plausible because it happened to me, said Kucinich. And it was at a time when I was challenging a march toward war in Libya. My conversation was intercepted. And that is illegal, it's a violation of separation of powers, he continued. Members of Congress have the right under the Constitution to gather information, and the administration had no right to go after my phone conversation. Kucinich added that while he doubted Obama himself had personally ordered spies to record his phone call with the Libyan official, he had no doubts whatsoever that it had been the U.S. intelligence community that had recorded the call and eventually leaked it to the media. You can listen to a portion of the former congressman's interview with Humphries right here. Dennis Kucinich was never truly a run-of-the-mill, toe-the-line Democrat, but even so he was always very much a member of the political left. Yet when the anti-war Democrat found himself in staunch opposition to an unnecessary war being heavily pushed by a supposedly war-ending president and a hawkish Secretary of State, the powerful and intimidating apparatus of the administration was turned on him. Bear in mind that Kucinich also wasn't the only Democrat to be spied upon by Obama's administration, as it was revealed a couple of years ago that senior Democrat Senator Dianne Feinstein and the Senate Intelligence Committee had been quietly surveilled by the CIA. Considering that there is already evidence that Obama's goons spied on top Democrats who had challenged the administration's agenda in one way or another, how much more likely is it that his goons would have also spied on his political opponents across the aisle who threatened his agenda, particularly one running on a promise of reversing Obama's legacy? Please share this on Facebook and Twitter so everyone can hear what former Congressman Dennis Kucinich had to say about Obama spying on him in 2011. What do you think of Dennis Kucinich's story about being spied on by Obama? Scroll down to comment below.
That's the news. Join us here every day. Be sure to subscribe and click the bell. See you next time.
This is TBNN.